In this section, we're going to discuss library classes that are both part of the Java distribution as well as those that are independent of it. Many problems that you'll face as a programmer can be solved using the existing primitive data types and the supplied data types with the Java libraries. However, this is not always true. Many times you'll also discover that you need to write an additional data type that addresses your problem more specifically, whereas existing data types don't do it so well. That was anticipated by the language designers. They knew they couldn't come up with every possible interesting class, so rather than trying, they made the language flexible enough for programmers to extend the language by writing new data types implemented in classes. One example that we've covered before is the math class. It's included in the Java distribution. The math class has many mathematical functions available. We've discussed square root, absolute value, power, and others. The date class mentioned in the book is an older class that represents calendar days, times, etc., and many interesting manipulations can be done with them. A newer class is the calendar class. I would recommend its use over the date class, as the date class is being deprecated. The string class is an interesting one. Unlike every other class, although it is technically part of the Java distribution and not the language actually provides for it in some unique ways, such as shortcut initialization. The string class is a hybrid. Although not technically part of the Java language, it is highly tied to it. What you learn from string may not necessarily be applicable to other classes. I recommend you study other classes and learn them as the basis for how a class works. The Java distribution provides for a random class. It enhances the ability of math.random to produce random numbers, whereas math.random always generated a number between 0 inclusive up to 1, its use was not always easy. A programmer may have to scale or shift values to get the proper range. The random class do that for you. For example, if we are simulating the roll of a die, we can tell the random class to produce integers in the range of 1 to 6. If we're simulating the summing test scores, we might need numbers in the range of 0 to 100, floating point. So we could ask random to produce doubles in that range. One of the most necessary skills as a developing programmer is to begin exploring existing library packages and learning some of the functions contained in them, along with the data types they represent. Java as a language is fairly limited. However, the packages that come in its distribution, plus external third-party free and commercial products, provide a vast wealth of additional classes and abilities to solve problems that the Java language by itself cannot do. It would behoove you as a developing programmer to begin your exploration of those external packages and those that come with the distribution. Your programming will grow by leaps and bounds as you understand them and use work that others have done on your behalf.